Ladies and gentlemen, I'm mildly annoyed here this morning. I learned that my $67 million pure gold hot tub that I ordered directly overnight shipping from Dubai, apparently it's being delayed. So I'm going to have to wait another day to get that. So that was annoying, right, guys? But guys, welcome in to my official top 5 parlays here for college football week number 10. Of course, we have the most lethal thing on planet Earth. It's been banned now. I believe we're up to 72 total countries. It is the safe parlay. It's caused multiple countries to have horrible inflation problems. Here in the United States, it's a major reason we're printing money, guys. It is crazy. So let's get right to it. Parlay number 1, the safe parlay. We're safe, we're secure, and we're starting off Ohio State at Northwestern. I'm buying points here. We're going the under 72.5. So guys, the deal on the Ohio State Northwestern, there's a number of factors. Number 1, Ryan Day can't motivate his team. When they face bad teams, they don't try. Number 2, Northwestern can't score. Number 3, there's rain in the forecast. Number 4, there's heavy wind gusts in the forecast. Guys, the actual over-under is 62. I think it's going to go under, but I also think if we want to be safe, we want to be secure, we want an auto-lock safe parlay, I'll take the under 72.5. I'll buy the points. Number 2, very similar situation here. Iowa at Purdue, we're going under 54.5. So guys, the actual over-under is getting bet down significantly. I think it's down to 41. It opened at 43. I'm buying a ton of points. We know that Iowa, any game involving Iowa, and especially an offense like Purdue with Aiden O'Connell, who has turned over the ball a lot, this game is going under 54. I think it's going under 41, but either way, Iowa, Purdue, we're stealing with this one. We'll take the under 54.5, and we'll add the multiplier due to the parlay. Thank you very much. Michigan, first team to 25 at Rutgers. So guys, when it comes to a bet like this, all I need is Michigan to score 25 points before Rutgers. Michigan doesn't have to cover the spread. They don't even have to win. If Michigan is winning the game 28 to 10, 30 to 17 in the third quarter, whatever it is, as long as Michigan gets to 25 points first, then I win. That's all that has to happen at Rutgers. And of course, Michigan's defense against Rutgers. Rutgers has a terrible offense, and Michigan's offense should at least be able, you would hope, to get to 25. They are, I think, 26-point favorites in this game. Guys, this is my risk here. We're going in on Pittsburgh on the money line at home versus Syracuse. This Syracuse team is totally fraudulent. They can't run the ball. They can't throw the ball. They benched their starting quarterback. Pittsburgh is a team. They've got a superstar running back. They can throw a little bit with the USC transfer QB. They are better. They will win this game at home. They're 3.5-point favorites. Syracuse is going to, this will be their third loss. They just don't have a good enough offense. Pittsburgh wins this game. And then, of course, Alabama is simply not losing again. They already have one loss. They have no margin for error. I think Nick Saban is going to cover this 13-point spread. But either way, I mean, you take a look at LSU's resume. I understand they're ranked at number 10 according to the committee. It's a completely faulty resume. A lot of people think they were overranked. Alabama, they're an elite offense. They're an elite defense. They have the stars. They will win this game. They know there's no room for error. And guys, there is the actual odds on the 5-team safe parlay. You can see the Michigan bet, first team to 25. That's minus 500. Obviously, that's not Michigan money line. I'm not even sure there's an option for Michigan money line because they are, 26-point favorites. Moving to my second parlay, we're going Cincinnati minus 9.5 versus Navy. So we are buying significant points here because it is a parlay. Navy just is not good. Cincinnati and Luke Fickell, after their disappointing loss to UCF, look for them to get back on track. We want to be safe. They've just got to cover that 9.5-point spread. They can win 30-20 and cover the spread for me, so I appreciate that. Here's an interesting one. Hawaii at Fresno State. the under 50.5. So guys, earlier today, I didn't even know this was a thing, but I was looking at data. I was compiling my, consensus bets via the computer model, and I saw the over-under on Hawaii Fresno State was 62, and my first thought was that's a total joke. There's no way. I understand Fresno State got their quarterback back. They're going to score some, but that's ridiculous. It's a late-night game. Guys, it actually is 62, so I am giving back points. This is like plus 400, the under 50.5 in this game. I know Fresno State's getting their quarterback back, but could you imagine even in a scenario where it's 42-7, the under is still hitting? So we'll go in on that. And then my third and final, this is just a three-legger. It's just going to be Penn State money line at Indiana. I am a little bit wary about Penn State covering this spread because they normally, history says James Franklin teams struggle the week after Ohio State, but they're not going to lose this game to Indiana. They know if they win their final 4 games, they will make a New Year's Six bowl. They're motivated. They've got a veteran quarterback. They will be okay. And you guys can take a look at that overall Hawaii at Fresno State. It's plus 350. The actual over-under is 62 in that. I'm not going to break out the bet of the decade. We remember I called the under in the, Arizona State-Stanford game, the bet of the decade, and it easily hit. I don't want to do that here because I want to be careful when I say that. But my God, the Hawaii Fresno State under 62 seems pretty good right now. Parlay number 3. Washington State just on the money line at Stanford. So Washington State sitting at around 5.5-point favorites. It's been bet up a little bit. They opened at 4.5. I just think they're the better team. I know Washington State's had a few bad weeks, whatever. They're better than Stanford. I know the game is away, but Stanford, they really don't have good attendance. They've got major attendance problems, so I'll take Washington State just to win straight up. This, I believe, is a full money line parlay, so this is very straightforward. We're just going to go Kentucky money line at Missouri. So a lot of people concerned about Kentucky. They're only 2-point favorites. I zig when other people zag. So I'll go in on Kentucky. I'm fine with it. Will Levis knows he needs a bounce back game for his draft stock. He's going to be very motivated. They've got a good running game with Chris Rodriguez. They've got a solid defense. Missouri's not that good. I know Missouri beat South Carolina, but South Carolina never should have been ranked in the first place. I'll take Kentucky on the road to win that game outright. Purdue money line versus Iowa. So Purdue still does have a significant shot at the Big Ten West. They're just one game behind Illinois. I don't think they're going to perjure themselves and screw themselves by losing to a horrible offense at home. I do have questions about Purdue and their lack of skill position players, but they're at home versus Iowa -4. I find value there on the money line. TCU money line versus Texas Tech. So TCU 9.5-point favorites. Texas Tech really did not show up last week in their home game against Baylor. I think Texas Tech, probably is the second or third worst team in the Big 12 behind possibly, West Virginia. I'll take TCU. They're going to be motivated. They were ranked number 7 behind Alabama. They're going to win this game at home. And then that is the official 4-team money line, straight money line parlay plus 404 on those odds. Moving to my fourth parlay, we're going to say Michigan State buying points here, plus the 24.5 at Illinois. So the story behind this bet, the more I think about it, the more I don't like it. But what I'm going to say, a lot of people think Michigan State plus 16.5 is really good value. That's what the current actual line is. So I thought, do a parlay, buy some points. But honestly, I could see a game where Illinois wins like 30-3 or something. I mean, Illinois has a really good defense. They could genuinely shut out Michigan State. So I don't know if this is the best bet, but Illinois struggles to score. 24.5 you would have to think is decent. UNLV at San Diego State, the under 59.5. So I am buying more points here. We do expect this game to be very low scoring. I think the actual over-under is 48. I'm buying significant points because it is a parlay. Central Michigan at Northern Illinois. That game is happening tonight. We're going to take the over 51.5. So guys, The actual over-under in this game was 55.5. I told everyone, bet the over. It's been bet up to 57 because of me. I am buying points here. I'm taking the over 51.5. Two competitive teams, two of the most unlucky teams in college football, Central Michigan and Northern Illinois. And then how about Iowa State finally getting a conference win against West Virginia? I think Iowa State is a lot better than their record. They've got a solid defense. They're due for a conference win. They're at home. They're 7-point favorites. That is the overall 4-team parlay there in the overall odds. You can see how much I'm buying right there. Plus 226. And then the fifth and final parlay, we're just going to go in on Utah moneyline versus Arizona. This Utah team, we're a little concerned about the quarterback situation. I'm guessing Cam Rising should be back. Either way, Arizona can't defend anyone. UCF moneyline at Memphis, so this is a little risky. UCF has a quarterback situation where their starting quarterback is dealing with a concussion. But to me, this is a prove-it game for UCF. They're 3-point favorites. They just got ranked by the committee. They're going on the road. It's a toss-up game. You're on the road. You need to prove it in the American. Prove that you're a good enough team to possibly be a New Year's Six team. I believe in UCF football, and I think they beat Memphis on the road. Air Force at Army, the over 39.5. So there's a major difference between the projected over-under according to the different computer models that I follow and the actual over-under number. What I can say, there's a few factors why I think Vegas made the over-under so low in this game. Number one, both of these teams, heavy running teams, run-first teams, we know that. And then number two, this game is actually taking place at 11:30 a.m. Normally, games that start before noon Eastern are always really low scoring, so I understand what Vegas is thinking, but I just think the value on this game, Air Force has a crazy efficient offense, according to some different models that I've looked at, even though they run a lot. Both of these teams can score enough points to at least get over the 39.5. And then Mississippi State, by the way, I'm not buying any points in that Air Force Army game. That is the actual over-under, 39.5. And then Mississippi State money line versus Auburn. Auburn just fired their head coach. They're a complete dumpster fire. Mississippi State is around 13.5-point favorites. I would probably say they're going to cover that spread, but I'll just take them on the money line because it is a parlay. And then that is my final parlay, the overall odds on that plus 308. So guys, that is going to do it for my college football week number 10 top 5 parlays. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.